Alright, so any second. What's going on, guys? Mr. Black Magic. Pause this video real quick. There we go. And we're back again. DOA Head
Hey,
back
what's
with
going on?
us. The Mega D's.
Damn right.
We're back again this week to discuss Game of Thrones Episode 4.
And spoil the shit out of you.
Yeah, so again, full spoilers. We're not holding anything back. If you haven't watched the show, aren't caught up, prepare to get spoiled.
So I should leave then? I didn't watch it.
Get the fuck out. Did you really not watch it?
Nah, I watched it. I just got
okay.
done watching it.
So, Book of the Stranger, I wasn't really sure what that meant. Just off the title, Book of the Stranger, what was that supposed to mean? I mean, the Stranger is obviously one of the gods, but I don't know. I thought that was gonna have something to do with the episode. Didn't seem like
It did. That story he told the queen, or whatever her name is.
Oh,
wife.
right. Okay. Yeah, that was the connection. Yeah. Well, anyways, all right.
It was a shitty episode. Podcast over.
I wasn't shitty.
Oh, that was terrible. I was
Oh,
not
brother,
happy.
this is what you're excited for? Excited to shit on it and see how bad you thought it was?
No, I mean, actually, you're right. It was mostly good. It's just that one thing happened that I was like, God damn it. It just, like, ruined the whole episode for me.
What
Well,
was it?
okay. Oh yeah. So go ahead. What is it?
Well, the death of Asha. That was such bullshit.
Oh.
I was like, God damn it. She was, like, one of my favorite characters. She's been missing for 2 seasons. She goes back, and it's like,
She's the wildling chick,
yeah, the
Yeah.
one that was, like,
the
had
Ramsay
really
stab.
taken, Rickon and Brian.
Yeah.
I mean, I said,
Yeah, like you said, she's been gone so long. I forgot her name.
yeah.
That didn't bother me.
I don't know. It bothered me. I really liked her. I was like, man, that was so lame. God.
Well, there's kind of a little theme
Episode
going on
ruined.
in this episode. I thought a lot of groups of people got back together.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of stuff that they're kind of redoing. Like that whole scene with Asha and Ramsay was like the same exact scene with Asha and Theon, like a couple seasons back.
Well, okay, except for the death and them basically
Well,
both
yeah.
going to kill each other.
Yeah. Well, Asha was kind of, looking to screw over Theon in some way or another. Maybe not kill him, but
Well, yeah. Well, she was just trying to distract him to get the kids out, which
Yeah.
she did. She successfully got them out. I don't know. It's just her whole arc. She had done such a great job caring for the kids. Like, what a shitty end to
yeah.
I liked
the
it.
amazing job she did. So unceremoniously, just like, God
I
damn.
don't know. It's like I said, she got away with it once, being flirty and like, oh, let's have sex, and then she tried to do it again, and nope, doesn't work this time.
Yeah.
I did like that line though. She's like, "Do you eat them?" And he's like, "No." He's like, "I've seen one."
Yeah.
I was like, that was great.
I've seen people put their guts on their head. You ain't nothing.
Well, yeah, 'cause she's a wildling, so
Yeah.
before she came south, she was probably what are the Thins? I think they're all cannibal. Yeah, she was probably used to Thins. So she's like, whatever. I've seen worse.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they didn't show Rickon at all, so not too sure what they're planning on doing with him, other than locking him up.
Well, they sent that letter to John.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they just have him I guess they're just using him as
Well,
ransom,
he's just
bargaining chip. Yeah.
that's his leverage to get them out.
I think he's gonna get wasted.
Yeah?
Uh,
Another-
That would seem shitty, but then again, it was shitty what they did to Asha, so maybe. I don't care anymore. I just don't give a shit. All the characters.
I don't
Well,
either.
come on. All right, so Castle Black, Sansa finally meets up with John. Finally get a
No, that
proper
was
reunion
quiet as
after
hell
like
for that
5
one.
seasons.
Yeah, she finally is reunited with at least a family member.
Because come on, who didn't think that Sansa would show up after John had already left?
Yeah, they miss each other by minutes
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
God damn it.
I mean, that's happened a ton already with like Arya missing Sansa, and then Bran missing John, and tons of them meet up.
Arya also just missed. Remember, got there just in time for Robb and her mom to die.
Oh yeah, that too. Yep.
Yeah, it's like if only you had been a day earlier.
You know what I thought was funny though? So on the last episode, it ends with John, or maybe it didn't end that way, but it showed John leaving. He's like, "Oh, my night's over," and he like stomps off. So he was just going to his room then. He's like, "Oh, I'm out of here.
Yeah,
I'm going to my room. Got to pack my stuff. Don't be crazy. I got to get my things first." It's like,
I thought the same shit when I saw him in there.
yeah.
I'm going to my room.
fuck you guys about here? Well, I gotta get my things. You know, I got my dog here and got my clothes and my sword. There's that. Like, I just thought it was weird. It seemed like he was storming out of the door, but whatever.
Yeah, he was just going to his bedroom.
So yes, I mean they're both together now, and I guess Sansa and now Jon's on board with taking back Winterfell.
Well, yeah, and he's obviously got the support of the Wildlings. I always forget the name of that guy, but the one with the big beard that's like become like a really good friend of his.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He does the commercials for that one thing. I seen him on a commercial today. I know you're talking about the red-haired dude.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now.
I really like him. I like the way they became
Yeah.
friends over kind of like mutual battle respect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, it's like two people who should hate each other but have become friends anyway. You know,
I love
type.
all of his fighting scenes too. He just fights crazy. Like he doesn't. There's no, you know.
He doesn't really have style. He'll just
No, yeah, there's no
beat the
style.
shit out of you against the wall.
Yeah. He just smacking shields and smacking swords in your face.
You know, he says they only have 2,000, but I think the giant counts for a lot. If you get,
Yeah.
he's like 2,000 versus 5,000, we're screwed. I'm like, I don't know, you got that dude. I mean, you've already shown at Castle Black with him. Like most people can just, if need be, you can just fortify in your castle and hold out indefinitely. I mean, in real history, you know, people did that all the time. But they already shown that giant just smashed right through the door in seconds. You know.
Well, yeah, and it's
Yeah.
not like. I mean, have they ever really shown like the walls of Castle of Winterfell?
I don't remember.
They never really shown like what it looks like from the outside in terms of how high the walls are and stuff.
No, they've shown it from the outside. I remember there was definitely shots of it burning at like the end of season 3 or whatever. Like when the Jan got betrayed, there was like outside shots.
Well,
Okay.
I don't think it's too like ridiculous in terms of like, oh, we can never break this down. You know what I mean? I think you're right that Giant would do some damage and get right in there.
Well, to be fair, he's actually got to get to the wall though.
Well, yeah.
They have shown that there's quite a bit of just empty field, so you have clear line of sight.
Mhm.
I mean, I know he's a giant, but if you're hailing arrows, he's got a lot of ground to cover to get to the door in open field. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure he can take some damage, but I mean, they've already shown that you can bring him down. I remember when they attacked Winterfell before. Remember, like the 4 of them, they all died, but they killed the giant too, like in that tunnel.
When they attack Castle Black, yeah.
Yeah, like John's other friend, and he got killed defending against
Yeah.
that one giant.
Which, I wish we would have saw that scene, but that's a little hard to believe that they killed him.
Well, I mean, they did have the giant in a tight corridor.
Yeah, nah, they did. I was just thinking that he might not have been able to move around too much, so.
Too well, yeah. So they were able to stay. I mean, they all got killed. They basically did a good job killing each other, but I mean, they kept the entrance closed, so good on them.
And then I like that little scene with Brienne confronting Melisandre and
I thought that was a
Davos.
little weird. You liked it? I mean, I was like, why are you provoking them for no real good reason? You know, like.
She don't like him.
Well, one thing
She
I
wants him,
that at least a little bit more confirmed that Stannis was dead, because we were always talking about how she just leaves him, they don't show him die. Is he dead? Is he
Well, you
not?
kind of get that whole like where she swings and it cuts to black, and it's like, well, what did she just hit the tree next to him? Like, I
Yeah.
can't kill a man who's wounded and just laying down, you know. But yeah, you're right. She flat out said when I executed him. So
Which he could be lying, but
I don't know. She's got all that honor bullshit. So
yeah, no, he's probably dead. I think it's good.
I think that would be sketchy if he was alive.
Yeah.
And the woman in red's just like, I'm all about John now. He's the prince. I was an idiot before.
Yeah. I thought that scene was funny where he was like, "Oh, excuse me, but wasn't Stannis the true prince?" And she's just like, "Fuck off!" It just walks away.
Shut up. I don't need any I told you so bullshit. You leave me alone.
Yeah. She went to her room.
All right, so Daenerys, she had a big role to play in this episode.
She got her army.
Jorah, and I had to look up the guy's name, Dario. I always forget his name.
Some
Other guy.
CGI boobies, even though she's shown her real boobies many times. I don't understand the point, but whatever. Do you, I guess.
Boo-boo. No, but so Jorah and Dario finally catch up with her. And so, I guess now she's the leader of that Khalsar.
Well, now she's going to come back with even more of an army.
Well, I just hope that means that her story is moving on.
Well,
Now she's got a
Tyrion,
big army.
he'll probably be upset with Tyrion, but at the same time, what he's done has given them the ability that once they meet up again, they can now head for Westeros. Like, hey, look, I negotiated it. I know it's not perfect, but at least we can get out of here and start moving forward with your plan.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean there was that whole thing with Tyrion, yeah, coming to terms with the Masters. What was it? He gave him 7 years to slowly get rid of slavery.
We had to integrate it out, basically.
Which I mean, that was really the. I mean, unless you're just gonna like constantly like, all right, dragon in this city, dragon in that city. I mean, that's pretty much the only thing they could have done.
Well, yeah, I mean, it would just been an endless fight. Like, okay, let's go back and retake this city. All right, we've been here a while. Let's go retake. By the time you get to the last one, the first one's been taken back again.
Well, yeah, right when you leave and just let it sit for a while. Yeah, I mean, unless you just go outright and kill all the people. I mean, that's an option.
Well, yeah, which I don't think they really want to do. They just want to end the slavery, but it's just like this endless battle. So
I was thinking kill them all.
I mean, you could just go in there with their dragons and burn the cities down, but that didn't really seem like you're liberating it. You're just destroying it. It's not the same. She's trying to be a liberator.
Well, you could just round up all the slavers and kill all them. I mean that. I'm not sure how well that would go over, like in terms of the cities like better off, but I mean, that's an option.
That would probably ruin the cities though.
Well, yeah, that might ruin like the economy and stuff. I don't know how that would work.
Well, I think that was Tyrion's point. It's like you're just going to leave the cities in ruin. This, if you actually do what you're supposed to do, you integrate it out. That way, the freedom reigns true in less than 10 years, and economies aren't destroyed, and be more like Westeros. Not that there's not fucking endless violence in Westeros, but I guess it's at least not slavery.
I like that little line where he says, slavery's been abolished for hundreds of years and I grew up richer than any of you.
Yeah, basically. No, he's right. He's like, look, if this is the only way you'd think to be rich, you're not thinking very much.
Yeah. So Peter, so your man, Peter Baelish, he's finally back in the episode.
And fucking instigating some shit.
He wasn't in it. He wasn't in it much, though.
Yeah, but when he was in, he was clearly... See, I'm wondering how that's going to go, because it sounded like he wanted to go take on the Boltons. Does this mean that he's going to have a weird team up with
John or something?
Well, I think
because they said they were understaffed, but he was making it sound like the Knights of the Vale were going to go take Winterfell.
Well, okay, what was his original plan? Wasn't kind of his original goal to be like the Warden of the North, or kind of get control of the North? Because he had
his goal might be to be the king. He's just working up the ladder.
Well, true, but I meant like his whole plan was, Sansa, kind of controlling Sansa. I mean, I think he kind of wanted the North.
Well, I think he said that. Didn't he say that in last season with that meeting he had with Sansa? That he was going to take the Vale and retake, and he named me Warden of the North or something.
I kind of remember something like that.
Yeah, so I believe. Yeah, okay. So, well, if he gets rid of the Boltons, and obviously he's in better standing with the Lannisters. Well, is he in better standing with the Lannisters than the Boltons?
Well, yeah, I would say so. Well, especially now that Daddy Bolton got killed, he was kind of on terms with him, but with Ramsay in charge.
Well, yeah. Well, and the fact that Tywin's dead too, because Tywin, remember, set that whole thing up. So if they come trying to talk to Cersei, like, hey, remember this plan we had with your dad? Is it still? You know what I mean? Cersei could just be like, fuck off.
Daddy Bolton.
Yeah, Daddy Bolton.
Gotta talk right, yo.
So yeah, their plan was what? Send the Knights of the Vale to Castle Black to protect Sansa, I guess.
That's what it sounded like.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that also been taken on Ramsay. So, I mean, because they haven't said exactly how big that army is, but the Knights of the Vale have a rep for being pretty unstoppable.
Well, yeah, they've said that no one's ever been able to take over the Vale, but that's also because of where it's located.
Well, yeah, this is an army going out, not protecting the home front.
Yeah,
so.
But I mean, it's also an army that isn't getting killed, so they have to have a decent number of people.
Yeah, that guy's probably. I mean, he's always working an angle, so I got more than what he said in mind.
Well, so those knights combined with the wildlings, I mean, that's probably big enough to take over the Castle Black.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even think they're trying to take over Castle Black.
Or not Castle Black, Winterfell.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, that'll be the blessing that Jon needs, because right now they're outnumbered like 2.5 to 1 or something. They said.
Yeah.
So if the Knights of the Vale show up, that should at the very least should even it.
Yeah.
Plus, they were also talking about picking up some of the houses that would still support them. I mean, obviously they're probably the smaller houses, but you put enough small houses together and you got a big house.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They need to hurry up and get to the part where Ramsay dies. He's him and Joffrey. Like I wanted them to die the first time I seen both of those characters.
yeah, but you need a good villain. I just wish he hadn't killed off Asha. That's kind of pissed me off, but whatever.
You need a good villain. Damn it, the villain killed someone I liked.
Dude, that would have been so epic if she had gotten the knife and just killed him. I'd have been like, that's awesome.
Oh, you knew that wouldn't have happened, though. I mean,
That would have been awesome.
How gullible does she think the guy was, though? Like, oh, that knife, I'm gonna grab it. You're not gonna notice, right?
No, she probably went about it the wrong way, but I mean, it still would have been sweet. What could have been.
So King's Landing, couple things. That's what I was saying. Like a lot of meetups in this. So, Jorah and Dany, they all meet up back together. Sansa and Jon, and then in King's Landing, you got Loras and Marjorie. They had a little scene. Not much going on there, but
well, that was basically just like a supports group. Stay strong; they'll get us out of here. Don't give up.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Loras is clearly broken.
And even though all this was Cersei's fault, I mean, she seems to finally be on the right page with her uncle and the Queen of Thorns, and they have a plan to take down the Sparrow.
5 points for anyone who can name the uncle.
Uncle Buck.
No.
Uncle Rufus.
I had to look it up. I mean, so if you know his name, you're on top of your shit. And I know a lot of people in Game of Thrones names, but
It's Testicles.
it's Kevin.
Kevin.
Uncle Kevin.
He's like the only like normal name
Kevin.
in the whole show. Like this is Kevin Jones.
But it's Kevan. So I guess that's their old spelling or something. But yeah, Kevin. Uncle Kevin, help. No, yeah. So they all plan to attack the Sparrows then to stop Marjorie.
Well, no, the plan was for only that one group to attack, and then Kevin
soldiers, right?
would just like hang back and basically do nothing.
Well, yeah, but he's a part of it in the sense that he's, not
he's
gonna
conspiring.
rat him out. Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's a fellow conspirer, but yeah. Think that plan will work, or do you think this is going to backfire horribly?
I think they'll wipe him out.
I don't see Marjorie ending up going through the walk. I mean, at the very least, that'll get prevented just because of chaos at the very least. But
I don't see those dudes with the sticks, standing up dudes with armor and swords too well.
yeah, I don't know. That's the thing I kind of.
No, but I think the point was that the people might rise up.
Yeah, so are they gonna rise up with rocks and wicker baskets?
Well, I mean, if you're outnumbered, you're outnumbered. I mean, you saw how like when she was doing that walk, you saw how crowded it was. I mean, like if the whole city fucking riots on behalf of them, that's probably gonna.
Yeah, but that's take a few out, the rest fall in line. So
Not to mention it's your typical foreign invaders.
I don't know.
people
They
who
had
know
that
the
one
area.
scene in like the first season, I think it was, where they kind of rioted and like Sansa was about to get raped and Joffrey got like hit in the face by something. I mean, those guys really couldn't do anything at that point.
They had to get the king and queen out of it.
Well, yeah, the
Or
Hound
would
did
be
his
queen.
job.
They had to, get him out of the
Well,
danger.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, yeah, the Hound was cutting people down, but
Well, the Hound also saved Sansa. Remember, she was going to get raped and murdered, or most likely murdered, but definitely raped.
so there is a funny scene I thought with Pycelle when he's leaving the room talking to Tommen. You know what I'm talking?
He needs to quit walking so damn slow. Man. That
Cersei
shit
comes
bugs the
in,
shit out of me.
She tells Pycelle to leave, and then Tommen tells him to leave, and so he finally leaves, but he's walking like super slow out of the room. You don't remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, okay. I just thought that was funny.
That's how my grandmother
like
walks.
20 seconds to get out of the room while they're basically like pissed.
Yeah, that shit that scene pissed me off because my grandmother does that. She'll get in front of me and walk all slow and shit because she got dementia and she can't. Like,
And then he stops at the door and looks at Cersei.
He's got that smirk. I think it's time for him to finally get killed soon. I think Cersei's about tired of his bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sick of you.
Up down some stairs or something.
Gregor, get his ass. Shit.
Yeah, he's like a little kid walking all slow and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I keep waiting to see the mountain like fucking drop some bitches, but they haven't really used them much.
They will.
Oh, I know.
They're just setting up
Black,
all the revenge right now. They'll start wiping people out.
he needs to start crushing heads. The only person he's killed was some random dude bragging about his dick.
Yeah. And he just like smacked his head up against the wall. No effort. I want to take the helmet off. I kind of want to see what it looks like.
It probably looks like just bruised up, swollen dude that just got fished out of a river or some shit.
Yeah.
Like hair, like hardly any hair on his head.
Crap.
Yeah.
So then the last meetup was Theon and his sister get back together, which I guess that his sister is going to be running for the
Well, that's
leader.
exactly what I said. Remember what I said? I said he's probably just going to show up and help his sister become queen or whatever.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's no way how in his situation he's like, I'm king now. There's no way.
Well, yeah, she said that, and he's like, "Are you kidding? Hell no."
He's too much of a wuss now anyway.
Vote for your dickless king.
Yeah. I will give you no heir. Nah, but I don't know, man. Where's that whole plot line even going? I mean, just the Greyjoys. I mean, are they gonna at some point be like, okay, we're teaming up with the Starks?
That's what I assume. I think
Yeah.
that's why Theon went there in the first place. That's what it seems like that set up.
Because Theon seems like his whole story arc seems to be like his betrayal, and it's about his like
His
redemption.
redemption. Yeah. That's the same thing I'm getting from that.
So you think there's gonna be a point where they show up to help someone with all their ships? Because obviously, I mean, what they've shown, they're superior when it comes to sea battles. It's just everything on land they suck at.
Well, yeah, no, I'm sure that's going to come into play in a big way because
Well,
like,
they'll at least be there to fight the White Walkers when they show up. You know.
and then she'll owe him, and so on and so forth.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to see. Did you guys check out the upcoming?
Well, we didn't really talk much about Daenerys, did we?
Yeah,
All I
she
did was
got
mention
boobs.
some boobies, but the whole thing of her killing all those like leaders, like and
Well,
something
yeah. So,
I've always wondered why she never did that again, and she finally did it. It's like if you're so fireproof, why don't you ever use that to your advantage? You know?
well, yeah, but I mean,
Because
how
it gets
many?
old after a while. You know,
Well,
it
at the
turns
same
into a
time,
party trick if you do it too much.
that was kind of unbelievable that they couldn't get out. Like, was that whole place like laced with gasoline or something? Like, why was the fire spreading so crazily?
It's the stuff inside the braziers or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
You didn't. They showed it like. Yeah, they showed it like spilling out, like some kind of liquid in there.
Oh, it was liquid in the.
It was
in
like
the things.
oil, I
Okay.
think. It
Yeah.
was like
Oh,
layers
okay.
of oil and wood and like embers, and they just spew everywhere, and that whole thing's wood, so it went up real quick.
Yeah. Fire turns people to bitches. So.
Yeah, but I guess my point was, it's like because she obviously did that in the first season when the dragons were born, and she's never really done it since. And it's like all these cities you've taken. Just think of how many people could have just had like, on their knees if you just did a little fire demonstration every time you came to a new city.
Well, that's what I was saying too. That, like eventually, they just she did the fire thing again. You know,
Yeah.
whip it out at like last resort stuff. Was
It's
What I
a
would do
party
with it.
trick.
I think it's kind of weird that it's like, oh, you survived. You're our king now. Bow. I don't know. Like, it's pretty quick to jump to that. I don't know.
I would do
Well, I
it
think she's seen as a god right away. You know.
if I saw somebody walk out of a fire like that. I'd be like, praise be.
All those people, all those people are ignorant. They're ignorant. They don't understand Targaryens. All Targaryens can do that.
Don't matter, man. That's cool. I'd follow her around.
I love the way that they saved that random lady that was with her because they made it seem like it was some plot, and then that girl had nothing to do with anything that happened afterwards.
Well, she was in the building when she killed those dudes, right? Like, where did those two
Nah,
chicks
she
go?
left.
They actually
They-
walked out the building?
They left. Yeah, they
I
showed.
didn't-
They brought her there, and then they left right away.
Yeah, I just
mean-
seen them walk over to the side. I didn't see them actually
It was
leave.
basically she liked her, and she didn't want her to get killed, and she said, "Don't snitch on me before I kill these guys."
I mean,
Yeah.
unless she was helping the other two like barricade the door, because you saw how the door was like pre-barricaded, but they didn't actually show that. So
No, true. It could have been them. I assumed it was Jorah, but it actually probably
Yeah.
was them since they're just left.
Well, whoever did it killed the guards, so I assumed it
well,
was
yeah,
them
because they
too.
were foreigners, they'd probably have a tough time just walking up to that building. Although the guys
Yeah.
were dead, but maybe she like escorted them or something.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
could have stabbed them in
And
the
they
back when
killed
they
the
walked.
two. Him and that damn knife with the naked lady handle.
Yeah,
Like kissing it on her ass and shit. I love this knife.
I was wondering. Yeah, I was wondering what that where that was going, where he smashes the guy's head. Where it's like, oh, that'll do. But I mean, I guess it was just.
That was the cover of the knife wound.
Yeah, but the knife wound was through his heart, so I guess it was just like, well, he has a smashed head. Don't look anywhere else.
Well, this ain't
Yeah.
exactly CSI. You know, you
Well, yeah,
you,
That's
you
what I'm
see
saying.
the crushed
That's
head.
what I'm saying.
I think it's like, all right, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no need for more investigation. We got
Like,
half
don't
ahead.
take off his shirt, anything, and like see the huge stab wound through his.
I don't think the I don't think those people are going to bring in their forensic scientists to like examine the body and shit.
Yeah.
That'd have been cool if they did. That would have been unexpected.
Where's Ted Danson? Cue the CSI music.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Then the guy, anyways, was just like, "Oh, he's dead. Fuck him," or whatever he said.
Yeah. Got hit in the head with a rock or some shit like that. I
Yeah.
forget what he said.
So anyway, next week. And they didn't show that much.
Well, Bran, I think that was a pretty big scene they previewed. Bran.
Oh, and the king of the White Walkers.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see that. My DVR didn't record it. So, let me know what happened.
It was just it showed Bran standing with the White Walkers and the king one with the spiky kind of head. He looks right at him, so it kind of implies that he sees him or knows he's there or something.
I told you, it's Blue Darth Maul. Just call him that.
That's supposed to
Yeah.
be like a flashback where he's walking with him.
Yeah, it's another where he goes like back
Vision.
in time or whatever. Vision, yeah.
I mean, the only other thing I remember was some stuff with Arya again in the Faceless God. They showed some of that because she wasn't in this episode.
Yeah.
Does it always have to be back in time now with those things? They can't go look in the present?
Maybe.
That's when you
Um,
said that. That's what I didn't see it, but I would assume it would be like now them
Well,
advancing now.
they've done stuff with like things in the future,
Yeah.
so it's possible. But all right, so next week, episode 5, about halfway through the season already.
Usually, I find that if they don't tell you much about the next episode, that's going to be a big episode.
Like they're hiding a couple of big scenes.
Well, yeah, because like last week they kind of gave you a pretty good hint of some things that were going to happen, you know, and same with the week before. But I feel like this week's next week on Game of Thrones, like I feel like they didn't really show you shit. So I was like, that must mean some shit's happening because they can't preview anything without it being a spoiler, you know,
Yeah.
type thing. So I'm excited for next week. That it'll be big happenings, basically, that they didn't want to spoil.
All right, so be back next week. Thanks for watching, guys.
Later.
Peace.
I was gonna say give him a Mac a piece. Peace.
Well, I'm changing it. Bye bye.